do this in a couple segments where we bring up something, we talk about it, and we check the comments. Our goal is to get 1,000 views in one podcast episode or 50 likes, and then we'll extend the podcast to the next episode, or we'll put an additional podcast up, making it 2 in the week, which would be super cool. But until then, enjoy the show. All right, action! Boop! Oof. I am on like 8 cups of coffee right now. Holy God.
Shots of coffee.
How many?
I think you're on 7 shots.
7 shots of coffee?
Pretty
I
sure.
need more.
No.
How much can the human body take of coffee?
I don't want to know the answer.
Well, I think I'm gonna find out the answer because I need more coffee. I need more caffeine.
I don't think you do.
No, I do.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
I do. Shoot. How you doing? How you feeling? Talk to me.
I'm feeling okay.
Want to put your leg over my leg and be symbiotic? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Don't want to do the lifey things tomorrow that I have to go do.
What
work.
life? Oh, work. Okay.
Don't want to do.
You want to talk about it?
I mean, I don't like my job. I don't.
Oh,
anymore.
you don't like it anymore?
Not anymore. It's no longer fun. It's no longer gratifying. I feel like I'm getting gaslit by the management.
They're gaslighting you, huh?
Yeah.
They're trying to give you a Kit Kat, but they don't want to give you 2, huh?
They don't.
Okay.
They don't. So, yeah, leasing is not the play anymore for me.
How you doing, Silver Blue? We'll get to all comments after we kind of get into it, and then we'll jump in, and we'll jump out, we'll jump in. We see you. We love you.
We do.
So you don't like it?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
I just, I need something new.
What would you rather do instead? Also, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on a 9-to-5 job, just the culture in general.
It sucks. There's no time in the morning to do things for yourself. There's no time in the evening to do things for yourself. Yeah, I would rather much have like a 7 to 3, honestly.
I'm listening.
I know. Just because, the 9 to 5 is just, you wake up and then you got to rush to get there, and then you got to, rush to get to work, and you're at work, and then you got to rush home, and then really a 9 to 5 is really a 9 to 6 because you need a lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
So, then you're, get home at like 6:30 or later, depending on where you work. And then, they're like, don't eat after 8 p.m. for dinner, but then you have to eat after 8 p.m. because then, unless you have a magician at home that does all your shit for you.
Houdini.
Yeah.
Where are you?
So, yeah, I mean, it's just, I wish that like 410s were a bigger thing, or, shorter work weeks with the same amount of pay. I don't know. Just more life-work balance would be great.
I'm still going to stick to what I said a couple weeks ago, a couple podcasts ago, if you guys are keeping up. I think you should increase pay for people $40 an hour. I think if you make people's pay $40 an hour, that's a livable wage. The thing is with 9 to 5s or in general is that you are going to struggle no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what, you will struggle and you will never be able to afford a family. In my eyes, you need to have $40 an hour, just minimum, and then just raise the prices for other people, inflate some prices. But in general, back in the day, you could work at McDonald's and you could literally buy a home, support your family, have a side chick, go to Japan, buy some toys for the kids, come back to the wife, apologize, and have some nice lasagna.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great.
That would be. I love lasagna.
I do.
Too. You know I do. But the thing is, it's so impossible now, unless you get super lucky. And I would call anybody that is successful on the internet lucky, but also it's not just luck. It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
I'm in internet work now, not whore internet work. I'm not doing. I'm close to it. I'm close to being a whore on the internet because we need the money. But it's super hard. Yeah. It's super hard to understand that we live in a life where a lot of people can just generate money from the internet, as opposed to when we were kids, or it's like, go get a job, go to the restaurant, be a bartender, be a bar back, be a busser, be a server, be an esthetician. Even estheticians don't make that much money anymore.
No.
And I'm gonna be honest, I can't spell esthetician.
Took me a long time.
Don't know what it is either.
Face, body, skincare.
Oh, facials?
Skincare and stuff, yeah.
Oh, then you could call me an esthetician. Get it? You get it. You got it. That was a good one. That was a zinger. So I'm on like 9 cups of coffee. Okay, cool. So we talked about the 9 to 5s.
We did.
We talked about what.
Yeah, we did.
What's your dream job? What you're looking at? No, don't don't dream job, realistic job, then dream job. Go.
Realistic job, bud tender. Real job, stay at home wife.
Yeah.
Because that's a job.
It is a job to be a wife. It's true.
Yeah.
But you also, it's just affordability and just life's just not going to get less expensive,
No.
which is weird because how did it get so expensive? But I'm not here to dwell on prices of the world. I'm not going to do that. But it's a little crazy. Like even for there's a study I read, and I probably brought this up before, that consuming of like alcohol consumption is going down, not because people don't want to get drunk, but because people can't literally afford it.
Yeah, I saw this thing like earlier today, and it was like, alcohol prices have dropped, blah blah blah, or alcohol sales have dropped, X amount because Gen Z isn't drinking, and then somebody was like, yeah, that's because a cocktail like costs $67.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
well, yeah. I mean, if you take a cocktail, I'm not even talking about like a beer.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? A cocktail used to be like 10 or 12 bucks.
Mhm.
It's like 20 plus.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not that great.
No,
And it's not that great.
It's all sugar,
Mhm.
or it's all bad. And then like the price of like Vegas right now
Yep.
for like any kind of like food or anything or drinks at like pool bars or anything like that. I saw like a bucket of Coronas was like over $200.
Okay.
It's insane.
Well, I'm gonna double check with K3 about that. But a bucket of Coronas.
like if you go to like, I don't know, let's say like the Mandalay Bay pool.
Yeah, well,
right?
but in their mind, they're charging you for the atmosphere where you're drinking, but it's still
Sure.
astronomical prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's wild. But
Real quick, you guys just want to acknowledge, hey, what's up, Silver Blue? Settle down, I love that. What's up, Saj? What's up, Back? What's up, K3? What's up, Mr. Handsome 95? Agro, go back to class and fucking learn something and get out of poverty, you son of a bitch. Okay, sorry. I also went to the supermarket today. I love going to the grocery store. People get fucked up at the grocery store. Going to the grocery store is one of my favorite things because you get to look at people and talk to people. And some people are uncomfortable with talking to people.
True.
So I like to look at people and smile at them. You know what I mean? Because like there's nothing nefarious about the grocery store. Like we're all here to gather something and leave. We might as well like smile and be courteous to one another.
Yeah.
But yeah, I complimented a couple ladies on their hair. They loved it.
They did.
Yeah, she started complimenting me on my beard. She tried to hit on me in front of Kelsey. I was like, oh my God, stop it. And she was like, oh my God, you're so handsome. And I was like, you want to fucking take me home? And Kelsey was like, you can't take him home. But then I was like, but maybe she might. But she looked very strong. She could have.
Maybe.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. Actually, when we were there, one of the clerk, his name is, let's just call him Sammy. Sammy, he remembered me, and just being remembered is such a cool thing, no matter what.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go.
If you go anywhere and someone calls you by name or they refer to you and they're like, hey, what's up, man? It gives you like a dog feeling. Yeah. Like, not that I want to bark anytime someone says my name, but it makes me feel really good when someone calls me by name anywhere I go.
Yeah.
It means that I was memorable enough to remember.
Yeah.
You remember?
Unless it's like infamy, maybe that's not the best. But if you remember it for being cool or like nice or just like being you, then that's great.
Yeah.
If you remember for like, oh, this asshole that one time, nobody likes that.
I don't know.
But maybe not.
I don't know. All right, hold on real quick. I do want to do this. Hey, Bailey, wanting to talk to people to make them feel uncomfortable. Sociopathic vibes. I 100% agree, but sometimes I like to test boundaries, and I don't think there's anything sociopathic about that. Sometimes you just got to understand where the boundaries are so you can see if you can cross them and maybe come back. You got to reel it in a little bit, just like getting in people's space. Yeah. I like to get into people's space just to see where they'll draw the line so I can be like, okay, now we can start this friendship, just like Samuel.
True.
Sammy, sorry.
Or maybe if you think you're going to make somebody feel uncomfortable with, then they're more comfortable with you talking because you've spoken to them. So then it kind of was like, oh, maybe I do want to talk to this person. Kind of brings them out of their shell.
Well, that's the thing too. Like just going to the grocery store, you see that nobody's really talking to each other. No. Like no one's interacting. Everybody's in their lane. They're like, I'm here to get asparagus. I'm here to get asparagus. Nobody fucking look at me. But I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like I do. I just want you to say something to me. I'm super surprised that at the grocery store, more people aren't talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, and that just brings it back to what we were talking about earlier today, like with 2020. Like I think it just like fucked a lot of people up just because they don't want to talk to people, and they feel like they don't have to talk to people.
Well, people don't. That's another thing. Like when I'm in the grocery store, I look to see who's actually using their phones in public. I don't think that you should be using your phones in public. Maybe, of course, if you're looking at a list or maybe you're on the phone, but if you're just on the fucking phone to avoid people, I think that's really strange. And I do think 2020 changed the way that people socialize in public.
Yeah.
And people, it's a lingering effect that a lot of people don't talk about anymore.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, it's over. No, it's not.
No. 2020 is still here. The whole COVID thing is still here. People do not know how to socialize anymore because during that year, you get all these habits towards your phone.
Mhm.
Your phone became this thing that you use to connect to people with, as opposed to the old school form of talking to people, which is just talking to people. And that's the thing. Sociopathic? No way. Back when I was a kid, we didn't have phones. You just had to talk to people. So you have to find out where people's boundaries are.
Mhm.
You have to see where do you cross the line? What words? And everybody has trigger words.
True.
Everybody has a word that you'll say that they don't like, and they'll be like, I don't like that you use that word. But you would never know unless you use the word. So where do you draw the line? Fuck yeah, you need to make people feel a little uncomfortable sometimes just so you can understand where you stand with them. And to see if they're going to use that as a resolving answer to be like, I don't need to talk to that guy anymore. He said the color blue. Honey, you know I fucking hate that. Because they're trapped inside their bubble, inside their phone, and they're not used to a charismatic person who usually has no other skills. I honest to God have no other skills other than talking. Truly, I don't believe I do. But the thing is, that's a part of it. So if you can get someone out of their shell, and especially if you can get them off their fucking phone, I say that's a plus. That's a benefit.
True. True. Yeah, because a lot of people just don't like to be seen.
Which is crazy.
I mean, I would venture to guess that if you offered 50 people invisibility cloaks, 49 of them would take them.
Okay, let me counter that. How long can you have the invisibility cloak on?
Like your trip to the grocery store, let's say.
If you could be invisible and go to the store,
Mhm.
I think yes. I think maybe you have 49. But if you had to wear that invisibility cloak for a long time, no.
Lonely.
Well, 100%. It's in all of life, the worst thing that you can do to someone is chastise them or cast them out and not speak to them.
Yeah, like solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement, they do it in prison.
Yeah. That's the only way I know
That's
people do that.
that's the worst thing that you can do to an actual human being.
Yeah.
2 weeks in solitary. People who have been there fucking freak out. No. You want to know why? Because we're meant to socialize.
Yeah.
We're meant to. We're supposed to speak to one another.
Yeah, or you go loony.
Yeah. And that's why when I'm out and about, sweat under, yeah, hell yeah. Jonathan, interesting. I see the comments, you guys, and it's hard to know what you guys are talking about in reference to what we're saying because we're actively speaking. But yeah, solitary confinement is the worst thing you can do to anybody.
Yeah.
Putting someone alone for a long period of time.
Yeah.
That's why when I'm out and about, I love it. I just love being around energy. People have energy.
They do.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or ugly.
And sometimes you got to pull the energy out of them. Most people are mundane through their entire lives. They just walk around with a blank face, blank look. Maybe their phone vibrates and that's their connection. But the real connection is when you're in front of someone. The real connection is when you get to feel someone's energy. Be like, oh, how are you doing today?
I just inspired somebody to make a new meal.
But that's also, I think, a huge topic inside the world that we live in is there's a lack of empathy because people are so used to just typing on their computers to communicate with other people.
Mhm.
They don't understand what it's like to be in the presence of someone and
Right.
to feel the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easy to talk shit to someone online or it's easy to type something. It's so much harder to be in front of them. And then like say they're like, for instance, say they want to say something rude to you. They're like, man, fuck you. I don't even like you. Okay. But what if you just respond to that with like, okay, I get that. And then what? And then what? Oh, well, I want to fight you. Well, why? Because I don't know how to communicate with you. Well, let's try.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It's so hard for people to actually have a conversation. I think empathy is actually something that was lost in 2020. And I think that was the biggest thing. Empathy.
Yeah.
People think it's better to have a higher IQ than it is an EQ, and most people don't even know what an EQ is.
Emotional quality.
I don't believe it's actually called emotional quality.
Well-
Well, I because that'd be intellectual quality, right? And I don't think that's what IQ stands for.
Intelligence quality.
No, IQ is not that.
Igloo.
It's not igloo quality either. It's not igloo quality either. Yeah, that's that's what's going on.
Yeah, cool.
Is there anything that you wanted to bring up during our 23rd episode? Nice.
I can't believe that the Olympics have been going on for as long as they have. I don't know the statistical number, but
The Olympics.
long-
The Olympics. A long fucking time, honey.
long time.
A long fucking
long
time,
time.
honey.
I don't know the
Back to the Greeks.
I don't know the years, but it's a long
The
time.
Olympics have been here for a very long time.
And now we're getting to the point where people win medals and
Mhm.
they're breaking in half.
Now, you brought this up to me earlier. I haven't seen anything on this.
Really?
I haven't seen anything. Nothing's popped into my feed that tells
Huh.
me what I need to know.
Yeah. Like it doesn't matter. Like gold, silver, bronze, they're all breaking. Not all of them. But like,
I'd be actually pissed off. But that's the whole reason why when you win a gold medal, you bite it to
Yeah.
make sure it's real,
and I'm
right?
like, what is this? Hershey's? Like, what is this now? Is it chocolate on the inside?
Could you imagine there's like a picture in the big 2026 of you cracking down on your gold and it just breaks?
Like,
Yeah, that'd be such a letdown. All those years of training for the ugh.
like I won the gold. Oh,
But it's the Winter Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just talk about how nobody's watching the Olympics because it's on a specific streaming service that nobody wants to buy.
well, yeah. Like if it's just like how we were talking about like the Super Bowl earlier, like a few podcasts ago. Like you have to have this service to do this and jump
Mhm.
through the hoop, and like if you want to watch, I don't know, the Seahawks during their regular season, you have to get Fox One or you have to do this. Like, why can't I just have a goddamn streaming service where everything's on? And it'd be more money, sure, but I know there'd be less companies, no monopolies, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
But it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Because you used to have like basic cable, extended cable, and then premium.
Okay.
Like 3 things. Now you have to have 80 things and they all cost. But then sometimes if you want to watch something, then you have to pay an additional charge because, that's not quite out yet, but you can buy it for $25.
You mean like on Prime?
Yeah.
It's like, you can rent or buy this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
it's just frustrating.
Yeah, it's definitely weird where we're at right now because everything is just for you. You know what I mean? Everything is like every streaming service that's out there right now. It feels like it's trying to go for like a certain demographic.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, you could just watch the Olympics on one channel, but now that channel is on a specific streaming service.
Right.
And I'm not going to try to buy this service just so I can watch the Winter Olympics. It just doesn't. And it also kind of makes me feel like it diminishes that event.
Yeah. And like, sure, we could have regular cable and just watch it on TV.
Okay.
But then I feel like people that have cable still don't have the streaming services, because why would you get that if you don't need them? You know what I mean? Because you have cable.
I don't even know if cable's a real thing
Yeah,
anymore.
my parents still have cable.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How silly they are. Well, with anything, if there's a major event, it's going to be on social media right after.
Sure. Like,
That's
you can always watch the highlights.
Yeah, well, that's probably why the UFC went to Paramount because, like, why are you playing for pay-per-view? Like, for me, if I can't, I'm not paying $100+ for this pay-per-view. All I have to do is wait 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll have the results.
Yeah.
Or people will post it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like what? Or it's on X, or it's on this, or it's on that, or it's on this.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point of actually watching these events?
Yeah, and there is none.
To watching events?
Yeah, if you can just get the cliff notes
Look,
afterwards.
My question to you guys is, are you watching the Winter Olympics? Do you even give a shit? I mean, does anyone care about what's going on anymore?
The only part of the Olympics I've watched is the parts where Megan Thee Stallion went to the Olympics and now Megan takes Milan. And she's been at some events, but like that's the only thing I'm interested in. I don't give a shit about the other stuff. Like, yes, cool, you're an Olympic champion. You've done great. I don't want to watch it. I don't care.
Well, I used to really like it. American pricing is crazy. Wild Gaming is right on. I haven't watched much of the Winter Olympics. the thing is, Olympics used to be a really big thing, man.
Yeah.
Like it used to be a really big thing, and now I feel like the event itself is diminished because of how many platforms you have to go to find the thing that you want.
Yeah, well, and I think they kind of like, I mean, that whole like, it was the last Summer Olympics, I
Mhm.
think, with the whole breakdancing thing. That was just an atrocity.
Well, okay, but that's a perfect example of why we're not watching.
Yeah.
So no, not because you're talking about the Australian woman, right? Yeah, the Australian woman. Nobody cared about watching it until it went viral on social.
Yeah.
So, why don't we just have something called viral television or viral stream moments or viral this?
Isn't that what Vine used to be?
Do
back
I
in the
know?
day?
Of course, I know what Vine used to
No,
be.
no, no, no. Isn't that what Vine used to be? Was like, was that viral stuff or just like short clips? I don't
No, Vine
remember.
was just short video
Oh, okay.
clips. Uh, yeah, multiple platforms for one event. I'm curious to why our game and what you're saying about American pricing is crazy. I mean, I mean, over here, it's so hard to actually live. The American dream is just out the door. It's out the fucking window because there's no dream. It's become a fucking living nightmare over here. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you can't live a life. You can't afford anything here. That's why we have organic. We're like, look, you can poison yourself all you want with this, but over here is organic. But it's going to be $10 more.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's like that over in the UK. I know in the UK,
Yeah.
half of the food would be illegal over there with the substances that we put in it. And we actually had a taste test of like we had Doritos, we had natural flavored Doritos, and then we had the other Doritos. Obviously, I like the poison Doritos more because I was like, I love this poison. Poison me up, bitch. It tastes delicious. One salary doesn't cut it. Two salaries don't cut it anymore, buddy. You have to have extremely special circumstances, and that's not even talking about AI coming in. Like, think about this. Think about going to college for something that AI is going to take over eventually that you didn't predict.
Yeah.
You know how shitty that's going to be? I heard that they're taking automation to the next level at fast food. So now fast food workers are literally working to be out of a job soon because once it's automated, who gives a fuck? And then you just need one person there, a manager, to be like, oh, you didn't like that? Okay, cool. Here we go. And here we go. And they'll eventually start acting like robots too.
Yeah. They'll be robots. I just want to get to the point where like we just are on universal income and like nobody works anymore. Because that's where we're gonna get to. And like just get me there then. Just get me there.
Well, look, work gives people purpose. If you can have a universal income, right? But working is what gives us purpose. If everybody here had universal income and nobody had to leave their houses, nobody fucking would. That's not. I don't think that'd be great for society.
No, it probably won't be.
Or maybe it would be because you could finally be afford to go out to have a drink and a dinner.
Maybe, but what's the what is the universal income pricing? You know.
Well, that's
See, that's a whole
that's a
other
whole fallacy, man. Yo, what's up, JC? How you doing, man? What's even crazier? And listen, you guys, I'm so sorry, but we have our goals, and we want to get to 1,000 views in one episode or 50 likes in an episode, and then we'll extend this stuff because we only have 7 more minutes or 6 more minutes or something like that. But I just want to go into the next topic because we could talk about this for quite a while because it sucks, but it's also really interesting. Everything's interesting, but it's also everything really sucks. I think we should talk about aliens. Wait, hold on. Before we do, but the crazy thing is one of the highest claiming populations is like 18 to 24 unemployment. Oh yeah, well the thing is too, streaming has fucked us all. And I'm telling you as a streamer, streaming has fucked us all because everyone's a streamer. If you have a system, you're a streamer. If you play video games, you're a streamer. If you have a computer, you're a streamer. Everybody is a streamer. It's crazy. It's not oversaturated. It's impossible almost. Which you have to really, really edge yourself in this world. But yeah, I'm a streamer. I'm almost fucking 40. I'm competing against 13-year-olds, 16, 20, 24, and it sucks. Because say if you're young and you find success in streaming, you'll never know what it's like to have a real job. And I say real job because I had to live in that life where you had to go out and get a job and work with other people. And now everybody just wants to work in their own little bubble, in their isolation bubble. And I get it. I'm there too.
Yeah.
But look, we can't talk about all this shit right now because we got to talk about aliens. Sorry.
They're here. They've been here.
Apparently, they just talked about this in the US. They're talking about how aliens are here and they live underwater.
Which I totally believe because I totally believe they come from underneath the water because that's something we can't explore.
We haven't discovered 80% of our ocean,
Yeah,
or 90%.
Because
I
we
think.
can't, because the pressure will kill you.
Okay, but I also had a theory of this, and it goes back to video gaming. A lot of you guys don't know what this term is, but it's called platinuming like a game. It's where you complete everything in the game, and then you get a platinum trophy. I made a joke a long time ago about if we discovered every part of the world, including like under the ocean, 99, we've got 99.9, and we're at that last 1%. I think there'd be a handle at the bottom of the ocean that says, "You platinumed Earth. Pull here," and then you get a platinum trophy to introduce you into the galactic federation that is the universe. I always thought this.
You did. I remember that.
Yeah, because what's the fucking point of going to the moon if we can't even figure out where we live? Imagine if we found another place that we could inhabit, but we couldn't go anywhere because we didn't have the technology, because we didn't take the time to figure out our own world. Meh.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can figure out our own world in the ocean because of the pressure.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. It's a problem that has to be solved.
Right. What are we defining as aliens?
I that's the thing. Well, otherworldly. So from a world away from us. Oh no, look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think everybody should have a YouTube channel. I think everybody should be streaming. I do. And it's about those communities, and then those communities rising. That's what I think. Sorry. Let me just clarify. But also it fucking sucks. Yeah, it fucking sucks. But the more that you can expand to other communities is the more you can grow. You want to be known throughout the community. The internet itself is a place to be known at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to spend a lot of time there and then see what happens.
But I think an alien.
yeah. I want an alien dog. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about a fucking alien. I want an alien's pet to be my pet.
But do they have pets like we have pets?
They probably have people pets. They
Maybe.
don't call it slavery though. They just call them people pets. I'm sure of it.
People pets.
Could you imagine though if every single government in our world or our agency was actually an alien?
I mean, I would believe that because, I mean, I think politicians are different people in general. Like to have, like you have to like have some part of your soul missing or something to be a politician.
Yeah, but you need politicians.
Well, yeah, no, you need them, yes, but I just think like they're like
even though you can buy politicians if you have enough money.
You can buy anything if you have enough money.
Yeah. Well, we just watched that movie. I like that movie, by the way.
Fountain of Youth?
Yeah, it was called The Fountain of Youth. It's on Apple.
It was okay.
Yeah, well, I liked it.
I want to watch The Lost Bus.
Well, no one wants to watch The Lost Bus.
Everybody does.
Nobody wants to
Matthew
see. Look,
McConaughey.
okay, never mind. I didn't know the Mac was in there.
Matt's in there. We're on a nickname basis.
The old Eminem.
Eminem. No, I think aliens though, like defining an alien is anything that's not
from this world.
Yeah, and not like a human form. Like sure, like can look the same, have hands, arms, like.
What if they were? What if they did look like us?
Like in Men in Black?
Well, no. No, because in Men in Black they wore suits that looked like people.
Exactly, but underneath they weren't that. Underneath it was just a little.
Well, that was one alien. There's many aliens in Men in Black.
Frank the Pug.
Well, that's the thing too, is that usually movies, I feel like there's subtle tells of what's going on in the real world inside of that world.
Like The Simpsons?
Maybe like The Simpsons. Maybe like Star Trek.
Maybe.
But no, it's confirmed that there's aliens. And I personally think that they're going to tell us that there are aliens because of all the Epstein lists and all the powerful people that are on that list. And they do nothing other than be like, look over there.
Yeah.
Look over there. Don't know. Look over there.
Another distraction.
Well, I think distraction tactics are big right now. And when you're cold, dead, guilty, I think that's what you do.
Sure. Oh, and like another thing that I wanted to bring up, speaking of the list.
Yeah, well, you got 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, I just feel like, I've always kind of thought that the government of America thinks that the American people are stupid.
Most of Americans are fucking idiots.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
But like, it's reached a new level for me personally.
Okay.
Because when they released, like the unredacted full list, of Epstein
Right, right, right,
people.
right.
And there was 3 people on there specifically that I was like, well, that's an impossibility. Marilyn Monroe, Janis Joplin, Elvis Presley. No way.
Yeah.
No way. Marilyn Monroe died in 1962. Jeffrey Epstein was 9.
Yeah. No. When you're guilty, you do everything to reframe, to distract, to point away, and that's what's going on right now. I think a lot of people don't want the truth to be known, even though it is. They just assume that we're fucking idiots. But then again, if you look at our scholastic system, it's not built for us to succeed in life at all.
No.
It's here to make sure that we go to work, to do the assignment, and to be in the line, and to
Yeah.
stay in the line.
Yeah.
You don't want free thinkers. You don't want people that are you don't want free thinkers.
No, it's
You say what you think you want, but you want to make sure that you have little drones.
yeah. Well,
Hey there, Bahad. We are running out of time. Let's close this on YR Gaming real quick. Okay, question then. Is it more scary that we may possibly not be alone in this universe, or is it more scary of we were the only things left in the universe? You want to answer that real quick, honey?
I think it'd be more scary to be the only things left in the universe.
So it wouldn't scare you knowing that there is another place, another world that's maybe more high tech, more advanced than us.
No, I've always thought that. I've always believed in aliens.
Okay.
I always have. I'm like, I'm not gonna believe that the human race is the only living thing in the entire galaxy universe. No.
It's almost infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be scary at all. I mean, it'd be scary to know that there was another race, like an alien race of people with higher tech weapons, because I think and they've talked about this on podcasts many times. It's just like, what are tribes people to us now?
Right.
If we wanted, we could just take everything that you have, because we have artillery, planes,
Things that'll make your ears bleed.
100%. So it's scary to think that there would be another life forms out there that had higher tech than us, that could come and literally take over our planet.
Yeah.
I think that's a fear of mine.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't fear them or fear aliens, just because I'd be like, oh, sick, I get to know a different world of different ideas. But it would be out of this world. But hey, you guys, that's our time. Thank you guys so much for joining our episode 23. We do this every Monday, usually around the same time, and it's about 30 minutes. But like I said, if we hit some of our goals, if we hit 1,000 views per episode, or 50 likes in an episode, we'll absolutely extend our podcast to a longer, maybe an hour format, or add another episode, which would be really cool, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. And hopefully we will get there. This is our 23rd one. You go ahead and put your hand right there. And this was a great podcast. I had a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah. All right.
Aliens. Bleed blur.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We're out of here, and cut. Whew. Nice. You did great.
Thanks.
No, you did really fantastic.
Okay.
No. When you were talking about aliens, I was like, oh my God, like, you're really driving this show, babe. I'm like, oh, whip it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just thought that you went above and beyond for this one. Oh my God, we're still going. We got to get out of here. I'm so sorry. Later. Goodbye.